like you. Be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Na Dior Pop. Did you really think the night ended after the concert? Oh no, if you thought that was the final chapter, you were mistaken. Because just as everyone was settling into bed with happy, fulfilled hearts, a single notification appeared on Weverse and quietly changed everything. Jimin is live. Welcome back to Jikook Moment, a place where every glance, every smile, and every pause seems to carry a meaning far deeper than coincidence. The concert had already felt like the greatest gift of the day. Emotions were still lingering in the air, hearts still racing from the music, the cheers, the shared memories. And then, almost as if he had heard the silent prayers of the fans, Jimin extended the night with a live broadcast. Can you imagine the chaos in the fandom when that notification appeared? Thousands of comments flooded in instantly, millions of hearts beating in perfect sync. And when his face finally appeared on the screen, it felt as though the world paused for a breath. Jimin sat in a dim yet cozy room, perhaps his home, or somewhere deeply familiar and comforting. His hair was slightly messy, his skin glowing softly even without special lighting, and his eyes carried a gentleness that only comes from true peace. He greeted everyone with a small smile, and suddenly, the night felt warmer, quieter, more intimate. His voice was soft, almost a whisper, as if he were speaking directly to each person watching. He talked about Jin's concert, about how happy he was to see everyone again, about how proud he felt watching Jin stand on stage after such a long time. Every word sounded like a warm embrace. There was no script, no performance, just Jimin being himself, open and sincere. And then, in the middle of that calm conversation, came a moment so small yet powerful enough to send hearts racing across the world. He mentioned Jungkook. Nothing dramatic changed, but everything changed. His tone softened in a way longtime fans immediately recognized. He said the name gently, as if Jungkook were a word that naturally belonged to him. A quiet smile curved on his lips, and through the screen, the atmosphere seemed to grow warmer. "Ah, Jungkook," he murmured. It wasn't just a name. There was warmth there, familiarity, perhaps even an unspoken longing. Anyone who had followed them for years could hear it, the subtle shift, the tenderness hidden in that single breath. That night, Jimin sounded especially sincere, especially real. He went on to explain that the video quality was better than before because he had just changed his phone. He laughed softly, joking that his hair only seemed to grow in the back. He returned again to talking about Jin Hyung's concert, his eyes shining as he spoke. He showed a guitar he had received as a gift from Ryan, honestly admitting that he didn't really know how to play, only a chord or two. He shared that lately he had been feeling genuinely good, genuinely happy. He talked about buying a new phone stand, only to realize it was a bit too big and awkward to use. As he chatted, he opened a food delivery app on his old phone several times, clearly struggling to decide what to eat that night. He mentioned that he always ordered from the same place and that he had already eaten triangular kimbap earlier that day. With a small laugh, he shared that Taeyong had promised to join the live broadcast but still hadn't appeared. "Where is he?" Jimin joked. "Is he just watching quietly?" Then his phone rang. It was Taeyong calling. Jimin hesitated, worried that answering might end the live. He complained about being hungry, teased Taeyong again for not joining, and eventually, Taeyong appeared on the broadcast. Jimin asked if his voice could be heard clearly, and Taeyong replied with laughter that he could hear him just fine. Their conversation flowed naturally, filled with playful teasing. "Jimin SSI, this is my ID card. I'll give it to you," Taeyong joked. Jimin burst into laughter. They agreed to play a game together someday, though Taeyong added mysteriously, "It's a secret." Jimin pretended to sulk, saying he didn't want to play with him anymore, making the atmosphere even lighter and funnier. In between their banter, Jimin asked the viewers if they were hungry, then answered himself with a soft laugh, "Eating is really nice." He even ate a little during the live and showed a doll given to him by Hyung. a gift he had kept since they started living separately. He admitted that he used to be scared of the doll and would leave it near the elevator, but over time, he grew used to it. Maybe it's because they look happy, he said, pointing at two dolls that appeared to be kissing. Maybe that's why they don't seem scary anymore. He spoke about the importance of maintaining a healthy diet as an artist, but added that living happily, without pressuring yourself too much, was far more important. Everything he said felt genuine, like advice from someone who truly understood what it meant to care for oneself. When a fan asked if he would dye his hair pink, Jimin laughed. He also confessed that he always struggled to pronounce the word world, even after being corrected many times. I end up saying worded, he laughed, making the moment even warmer. He recalled how cold it was at Jin's concert, how his hands had nearly frozen, and how worried he was that ARMY might be cold too. He thanked everyone who attended and praised Jin's performance, saying how nerve-wracking yet exciting it was to perform without a strict plan. As the live broadcast neared its end, Jimin read a comment that sent shockwaves through the fandom. If Jikook is real, scrunch your nose. Jikook? Jimin? Jungkook? Just one simple line. Out of thousands of comments rushing by, comments Jimin often said he couldn't fully read, that was the one he chose. And it wasn't just any comment. It mentioned Jikook, a name that had lived in the hearts of fans for years. The fact that he read it calmly, without surprise, made many believe he knew exactly what he was doing. This wasn't an accident. Jimin understood the power of small gestures, of quiet smiles, of casually spoken names. If one day he were to upload a photo scrunching his nose, perhaps it wouldn't be a coincidence, but a gentle signal, a soft reply in a language only some truly understand. Because Jimin and Jungkook have always shared something different. They never needed grand declarations. One glance, one smile, one tiny gesture, and everyone could feel the depth of what existed between them. That same night, Jungkook also went live. With his usual bright energy, he greeted viewers cheerfully. "Oh, I'm reading comments like this and hello," he laughed loudly. He introduced himself playfully as John Jungkook, streamer, joked that the lighting was too bright and adjusted it to look more natural. He said he enjoyed live streaming because it was easier to read comments on his laptop. He joked about doing kencho, even though the camera was a bit blurry. He played Jin Hyung's song to celebrate the concert, suddenly shouting, "Yoongi," as he laughed at a comment. While fixing noisy audio, he joked, "The way I'm talking right now, I sound like a TV host." Then, completely on a whim, he decided to play Poppy Playtime 1. He admitted he wanted to try it but was scared because it looked creepy. Throughout the game, he laughed every time he failed, teased himself, and encouraged himself in his Busan accent, "Come on, we can do this." When he won, he cheered, "We did it. Wow, that was amazing." In the middle of the game, he suddenly murmured softly, "Oh, Chimchim," as if something on the screen had reminded him of Jimin. The live stream was full of laughter and spontaneity. Jungkook was completely himself, bright, honest, warm. He complained that the game moved too fast and joked that he might need glasses. Near the end, Jimin, Taeyong, and Jin left comments in the chat. Jungkook smiled and ended the broadcast with light laughter. "Tonight was really fun. But Jin's concert is about to start. I don't want to miss it." And just like that, the night, already overflowing with emotion, came to a close, wrapped in laughter, warmth, and joy. 2 live streams. 2 hearts. One shared feeling carried across millions of souls. That night, Jimin's broadcast and Jungkook's broadcast felt like 2 sides of the same story. No script. No coordination. Just 2 hearts connected in a way words will never fully capture. From the soft murmur of, "Ah, Jungkook," to a small smile on a blurry screen, everything felt real, like secret messages meant only for those who truly believe. And maybe, without us even realizing it, they were greeting each other, not through a video call, but through a frequency only the 2 of them can hear. Because in the end, Jikook is not just a name. It's 2 souls walking the same path, even from different screens. Thank you for watching Na Dior Pop today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, so you won't miss the next time the universe quietly conspires to remind us that their love is still there.